So something about this game I'm going to be doing is I am going to scan everything. You need to get all of both to do a 100% run of this game, which I will be doing. So anything that I don't get right off the bat, you can rest assured that I will. Nope. Nope. I'm done. I'm done. I don't care. I'm done. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care. You can complain all you want. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I don't need 100%. You know, I don't need 100% to feel like I accomplished something in this game. I don't need it. I'm done with it. I don't care. 250 missiles? Fine. That's fine by me. 7 or 6 whatever power bombs? Fine. I don't need them. I don't need that last beam ammo expansion thing. I don't need those last few energy tanks. I'm done. I don't care. I don't care. The reason why, I forgot to record again. And rest of this episode is gonna be me getting the rest of the Sky Temple keys, and that's it. I'm done. You hear me? I'm done. But now, that will mostly do it for this episode. We're almost out of here. But before we actually end things off here, I'm going to get back to that room we showed off earlier with the entrance. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. The entrance to the Sky Temple. Sky Temple entrance. There we go. Now I got it down packed. Okay. You know, I'm noticing that all the doors are taking a long time to open, too. Might just be my Wii. It's old and decrepit. The thing's been used so much it takes forever to load anything. Can't even run Brawl anymore. Oh well. What am I gonna do? Can't afford a used one, so I guess I'll just have to make do. But I'll see you guys over at the place where we'll put the keys. Sky Temple entrance. There you go. Almost had it there right off the bat. Here we are. The entrance to the Sky Temple. Let's crack this bitch open. Hello once again, Internet. I am Rosanek7, and welcome back to Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, the final episode. Last time, we obtained all the Sky Temple keys after I rage quitted 100%ing the game. Here we find ourselves in the final area, which is essentially the Great Temple from the Light World, but oddly enough, upside down. It's the only place in the game that does this. I kind of wish they would have used it a little more, but there you go. So now we're going to be moving on and challenging the final boss. I hope you guys are ready. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with my commentary for this fight because it's fairly long. It's actually a pretty cool fight, if I must be honest. So I don't think I'm going to spend the entire fight talking about just the fight. If I may, I might spend some of that time just reflecting on the project in general, or at least what I can remember of it. And right down here, the core of the final dark energy collector. The last collection of planetary energy lies within the core. When you place it within the energy transfer module and return to Aether, this will become heavily unstable. Well, I probably should have more ammo for this, but who cares? I like where this is going. And now I don't. Say hello to Emperor Ing. This is a rather lengthy, multi-phase fight we gotta deal with here. Like its brethren, the Emperor Ing is a metamorph. It has molded itself around the precious energy controller and will defend it to the death, using its own body as a shield and a weapon. Destroy the tentacles it generates to weaken the creature and its defenses. That's for the head, but the body is just like Quadraxis, its own scan. Bioscans indicate that this is the eldest, strongest Ing in the Horde, the Alpha and the Omega. It has absorbed enormous amounts of phazon energy into its body, mutating itself in the process. Apparently, this power is not enough for the creature, as it is now siphoning energy from the final energy controller. And this, just like the game says, it's the Alpha and the Omega. It's time for the final boss. It's attacks, mostly ranged attacks. Also, you have to be very careful when you maneuver and dodge, because the entire room is surrounded by phazon that, of course, will hurt you when you touch it. This swooping attack, simply jump to dodge it. Good idea to keep a very, very close watch on your hazard meter on the left. Use that to keep track of where you are in relation to the phazon. Probably the one and only practical use for the thing, but hey, one use is still better than no use. For the time being, I would recommend using the power beam to start off. Now that it has, you destroyed the tentacles, this main part will open. Keep using the strafe jump and to follow the direction that the shield rotates. Cannon, please come back. Dodge those lasers because it will stun you temporarily. Just keep firing on its body to keep doing damage. This is a fairly straightforward fight. Each of these tentacles appears to only take one charge shot to destroy, which is pretty good. When it uses its own little charge shot there, the tentacles will stop moving, which is actually a good time to shoot it. Unfortunately, they move around a lot, so using the charge beam probably isn't your most practical way to do this, but it is the safest since it doesn't use up any of your ammo. Actually, in terms of ammo, I'm not sure if you'll be wanting to save your missiles for anything in particular for this, so if you want to go nuts with those, by all means. Let's see how much 3 will do. Oh, there we go. 3 missiles will do it. Alrighty. Just keep blasting it. I don't know if it will last until you do a certain amount of damage to it, or if it's just based on the time. But we'll find out now. Well, not really now. I guess we'll have to find out. Game? Okay, it's a certain amount of time. Well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Ooh, the Seeker Launcher. I bet that will be particularly handy for this. We jump over its sweeping attack, target as many of the tentacles as you can, and just go nuts. Don't worry about wasting your missiles if you have as many as I do. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. Yep, more of its death lasers. You know, I'm just gonna target each of them. Oh, destroying these can sometimes give you ammo. That's a good thing to note. I didn't even know that. Well, I probably knew that at one point, I just never noticed. Oh well. Alright, I think, yep, that's the last one. Let's try out. Strafe over. Come on. Let's try. Come on, strafe, not jump. Super. What? My gun was stuck. Okay. Super missile. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. Alright, super missile it up. Keep that in mind. Okay, it's only 2 missiles per tentacle when you use the missile launcher. That's good to note. I also don't think you're actually able to hurt it while it's charging up its laser beam of death. At least that appears to be the case. Oh, right, that's another of its abilities. Occasionally it will open up portals to the light world, and then basically back to the dark world again in an attempt to fake you out. It's essentially a slightly less predictable, I don't know, move of some sort, some description. Alright, we're almost good. Probably 1 or 2 more rounds should... Oh, come on, that should have counted. I call shenanigans on this. You know what, I think I am going to talk about, that when they have that rainbow aura is when they're going to use the portal move. It's fairly difficult to dodge, actually, because they can follow you, and of course, since it's a portal, there's no real limit to where they can go. Keep that in mind, of course. You know what? Yeah, like I said before, I am going to use this as a bit of a time to reflect, considering there isn't very much else to talk about. This game as a whole, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this specifically, but 2 Echoes is my favorite of the Prime trilogy. I can't even really put my finger on why exactly. I'm not a particularly fan of darker settings or anything. I don't think the gameplay is improved at all. The music is... While I like the music, I don't know if anyone else would really consider it to be the best in the series. But I don't know, something about it just feels different to me. I can't really put my finger on it. Okay, maybe super missiles aren't the best idea to use for this. Since the shield is... Yeah, you can completely squander your attempts exactly like that. Well, you know what? Since I'm doing this whole reflection thing, I guess I might as well take a minute to apologize for completely falling flat with this 100% run. I mean, part of the reason why I decided to do it is because I never actually did on my own. But this playthrough, particularly last episode, has reminded me why this is exactly. Because I'm not really a fan of doing 100% runs. I mean, I have nothing against it, obviously. I'm a little bit of a completionist, but like I said, I don't know why, but for some reason, the Prime series in particular, it just doesn't really strike me as a game to be 100%ed, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, and I'm just getting my ass beat here by assorted tentacles. This is not fun. I'm sure there are people who would disagree, but I'm going to stand by that statement. Alright, here we go. Gonna get ready to go, right off the bat. Hooah! Bam! Defeated. Now comes one of the more interesting segments. The head hardens over the body and fills the entire room with poison. heavily damaged Emperor Ing has entered a regenerative state inside a durable healing shell. Tactical scans have detected 11 weak points on the magnetically charged shell. Spider-ball travel is possible on the shell surface. Damage the weak spots with explosives to crack the shell and expose the enemy within. Oh, hold up a moment. Sorry about that, it was an unexpected interruption. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But, oh right. This is going to be covered with assorted inglets. They'll be spawning pretty much at random, and you have no way to see them, of course, because, like I said, everything in this game is black. Power bombs are an ideal way to defeat these guys, but using just your bombs can work as well. You know when one is defeated when it expels an assortment of purple smoke. Actually, I think that those little gaps are where those inglets come from. There we go, that's one. Let's lay a power bomb right here, see if that works. Huh, it totally did. Excellent. Alright. Now there should be 2 more right about here. Don't worry about using up your power bombs either. You have no other use for them in this fight, so it'll be fine. Although I'm curious why they selected 11. I don't know why, but details like that are interesting to me, like why they would select 11 of all numbers. Where am I? Oh boy. Oh joy. The smoke is getting thicker, as you may have noticed. And as you can also tell, they're... Why do they only drop just... Maybe they pop down from the top? I don't know. Basically, don't even bother trying to not take damage from this fight. Oh, you have to destroy the tentacles. Oh, wow, I didn't even think of that. Wow, seriously, look, they literally just appear out from under you. How are you expected to dodge those? Fortunately, this poison fog doesn't do very much damage. Hey. Seriously, look at that! It's impossible to dodge those. What's hitting me now? Oh. Interesting as this segment of the fight is, it is the worst by far. Oh, powerbomb. Excellent. It's clever, yes. Fun. Less than no. It has zero fun for me. I've never enjoyed this particular fight because it sucks, because other than that, this is a really cool final boss, I think. As you've probably gathered, it's not over yet. I literally can't see where I am. Oh god. Powerbomb, go away. Thank you. And now, surprise! The final phase. With amazing music. Mutated Emperor Ing.